Hey y'all, it's your girl Nadia, aka Queen Goddess Hope, and you're now tuned in to another episode of your self-care rituals. Today I want to actually just say this is officially a week where it'll be a full year where I'm no longer considered a W-2 employee. It's a lot to celebrate. Clap, 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 clap. It's definitely been an interesting year. I can say that smart money habits and saving money has definitely allowed me to live a great life thus far. It's a little interesting because, being quote unquote self-employed and finding ways to reinvent yourself and for the long haul is definitely something interesting as well. It takes a lot of strong will. It takes a lot of discipline and determination and might and focus to stay focused. Sometimes I have lazy days. I know Friday, I can't even speak. Friday was definitely a lazy day for me. We had a death in the family and it really hit me kind of hard. It still affects me. It still plagues my mind. It's just unbelievable at this time, especially due to a disease. Or I keep saying COVID is a disease instead of a virus, but that's another conversation for another time. But anyway, it's definitely taken a toll on me. So, yeah, but anyway, happy 420 because it is 420 nonetheless. And I just really want to say that it's not something that I'm boasting about, but it is something that I'm very proud about. It takes great courage to want to stop working in corporate America and being able to do it. I know a lot of people who have encouraged me along the way, just telling me you have to do what's best for you. You always said that you would work for yourself, different things like that. And it's definitely helped. I've generated income from my website through consulting services and readings. Started doing network marketing as well, which is really the thing right now, especially because there are a lot of people, with no income coming in. So network marketing is really, a way to make money and to actually sustain a different lifestyle, because it's all what you put into it in order for you to reap the benefits and rewards. I actually was just promoted in one of my main network marketing firms to director, and I'm actually like a couple of days away from being promoted again to regional director, which is really dope. And it's basically just a referral system to help people save money on their energy bills. And then there's also credit repair that I do and help people. About 10 years ago, I learned how to do credit repair when me and my ex-fiance were trying to buy a home, and we learned how to do like the whole letters and different things like that. And it actually really works. So it was a no-brainer to, sign on and do something like that full time as well. A lot of people are not really aware of what goes into credit restoration, but a lot of people also don't know that you are in control of your own credit 9 times out of 10. Like, there are ways to erase things off of your credit and boost your score high. Sometimes things are on your credit report that shouldn't be there from like 10-15 years ago. Taking those types of things off actually help your score. So I do that too. And one thing that's really allowed me to stay focused is having a calendar and just putting things in my planner, like, okay, do an hour of this or do an hour of that. Even though it may not seem like an hour is a long time, sometimes I have to do things in spurts because I'm not really passionate about doing some things all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I can sit on a computer and build a website from beginning to end because I love doing that shit. Like, I love building websites. I think it's really cool. I think it's fun to sit and try to put things together and see how they function, over time, and see what the progress is like from beginning to end. I enjoy doing that. So I don't mind. I could sit in one space doing websites for 10 hours and be like, probably wouldn't even eat or anything. But when it comes to marketing and connecting with people, it's a pain in the ass, because you have to have thick skin and tough skin to hear people decline what it is that you're trying to offer. And it's the same thing in the spiritual business. You know, there are people like myself in the spiritual community who are constantly putting out great feedback and positive vibes and trying to enlighten people on different ways and how to live better and eat holistically, or eat healthily. I can't speak. Eat healthy and avoid this and avoid that and do this and do that. Make sure you're meditating. Make sure you're stretching. Make sure you're doing this, you know, and you hit a lot of no's, and people are just really closed-minded and don't appreciate the energy that it takes to try to uplift and encourage other people, you know. So it's like my energy can be extremely low one week, but then, you know, the next week it might completely turn around. And in the midst of that low week, I'm still encouraging people. I don't even know how I do it anymore. You know what I mean? But I come outside and I see this beautiful sun, and I get the, you know, energy that it's given off, you know, just sitting out here. I'm the only person out here. As you know, I'm always the only person out here. But it's just really sad to me that people aren't taking advantage of their basic resources, because this home shit is corny, bro. It's 7 weeks, you know what I mean, that we're still in the house. But going back to the topic of being on schedule and listening to people turn you down, you just got to keep fighting. You just have to keep going. And that goes for everybody. Right now, I know anxiety is still peaking. There are a lot of things going on internally. People's thoughts and bodies are reacting and going fucking crazy, because a lot of places are now going into that 1 month mark where they're still in the house, and, you know, they're going crazy, stocking up on foods and different things like that. I probably have food for like forever right now, honestly, because I played that game during the first 2 weeks, and now I'm just like chilling at this point. It's a little scary to think that there is no end date, and that's the part that drives me crazy. So it's important to take a step back and to stay focused on what it is that I'm trying to do, because at the end of the day, I don't have a W-2 income, so I have to stay focused on what it is that I'm trying to do with my business. I just started another LLC last week, because I am a notary in New Jersey, and I'm really trying to just expand all of my services and just to, you know, increase my revenue streams until I get to where I'm trying to go. And there are only certain states that'll actually allow you to be an electronic notary. Even though I have my notary stamp already for electronic notary, there's only like 2 websites that you can actually use to be able to process electronic notaries, unless if it's considered illegal in New Jersey. So it's like there are so many damn rules, especially now with quarantine happening. It's like you really have to stay on top of things even more so, because the last thing that I want is to be fined, you know what I mean, and that E&O has to kick in. So it's like, it's a lot right now. I know I'm really all over the place right now, but it's like not working for an entire year. It's like, okay, at first it was like pure vacation. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was working for 20 years. From when I was 14 years old, I was a shoe salesperson at 9 West, and I love that job. I had 40 to 50% off like all the time. It was freaking amazing. But when I was doing that, I really enjoyed that. I got to understand people and their personalities and their desire for materialistic things. So that kind of fueled me to go want to be in a different type of business, especially. So I knew that I had to connect with people on a different level, because a lot of times people see a shoe and they're like, oh my God, I have to have this. And everybody knows if you don't get that damn shoe, you could go back the next day and that shit is gone, or they don't have your size, or, you know. So shoe business is probably like the most perfect business ever. But I'm like, I really wanted to be in something that would allow people's lives to change for the long term. And in shipping and logistics, that doesn't really change people's lives for the long term. Yes, you get your products, when you expect them to be in the stores, and now here we are feeling hurt from that same exact situation because we can't go into stores and get a lot of things that we want. Like, I've been on a hunt for fucking baking soda for 3 weeks and I still can't find it anywhere. You know what I mean? So it's like simple things like that you wish you can just walk in and expect, and you expect that. And that's the thought of shipping and logistics. Like, that's where you appreciate people in that field. But again, I'm still trying to go in deeper because there are a lot of people having a hard time with anxiety and stress and loneliness and can't heal themselves, and trying to understand why they're addicted to social media right now and addicted to those relationships with people, why they can't handle being alone. The voices in their head or their ego is eating them alive. You know what I mean? And those are the types of people that I wanted to connect with, because I know that at one point my mind was also going fucking rampant and I didn't know how to handle myself. Because at the end of the day, when you think about your ego, the voice is you. You know what I mean? Like, you have to get to a point where you're able to silence that voice. And I still feel like that's where meditation comes in, because you're never going to be able to silence that voice to hear your true self, your higher self, without meditation or without journaling or without being physically fit and being one with yourself. Like, I had stopped doing jump rope and I've been walking more because I missed walking when I was in Cali. I used to walk like 2 to 3 miles a day. Yeah, I had like some smoke in my hand, which was probably counteractive, but it's Cali, bro. But anyway, I picked back up the walking again because I really enjoyed it. You take time to appreciate nature. You look at the clouds, you look at the elements, you see trees blowing, you admire nature. There's 100 million bugs now surfacing. It's just like life is resurrecting at this point, with the luxury of spring. And that part I really appreciate, especially being able to see it here on the East Coast. And there's so many people like in their homes all day long. So it's like you just appreciate it for what it is. Like I said, I always feel like I'm in a simulation or things are fake and it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? In a sense. And I think that's beautiful. But the people who are suffering from anxiety, stress, and all of that kind of stuff, their minds aren't silenced enough to even be able to appreciate that. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm on these walks, I just have music going, and I put my entire playlist or all of the music on my phone on a shuffle. And I realized that I listen to a lot of like classical tunes because like my entire shuffle today was like pretty much all that. And I'm like, damn, where's the turn up music? You know what I mean? Like, but it was almost always chill vibes. And it's like, you need to get your mind to a place where you can appreciate those chill vibes, even when you just want to turn up. You know what I mean? So just appreciate where you are. If you're in a space where you can appreciate nature, the outside elements, you can actually appreciate the silence within, the inner peace, that inner quietness that many people are suffering from. Because like, there are a lot of people too who are drinking and self-medicating at an all-time high. Yes, it's 420. It's like a freaking holiday, so I already know how it goes down. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who are drinking themselves into major drunkenness and smoking non-fucking stop. Like, you're self-medicating at a different level. And alcohol takes 4 days to come out of your system as is. So it's like, imagine if you're abusing it, you know what I mean? And it's like you're doing things that you're just not able to understand and comprehend right now. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that Don't do that. It's time for you to do the work. You have to do the work. Please do the work. There is no better time, no greater time. You are literally at a halt, at a standstill. Just imagine this scenario. You going back to work if they decide to open up these places all over again, right? And everybody's on some chill shit. Everybody's done the work and you're the only person in there on some rah-rah going crazy type of bullshit, like fuck this, da, 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 da. Like you're still the same complaining ass nigga that you was before. What are you gonna do? Do you think that you're gonna actually last there? No. Eventually they're gonna tell you to leave. And you have to understand that's the type of society that we're going towards. You're going to see the separation happen. You know what I mean? Like that's the type of separation that we're headed towards. You're either going to be on one side or you're going to be on the other side. Don't allow people to side eye you. Like, what the fuck is that person's problem? You know what I mean? You want to be on the right side where everything's calm and you could see things clearly, because the way the government is moving right now, bro, you need to see things clearly. Your third eye needs to be open, like way open. You know what I mean? Like you need to be able to understand and appreciate you doing the work. Because I keep saying, like, I feel like I had a head start, and I really, really do feel like I had a head start. I really feel like I had a head start going through this entire process last year. Like, I can't even articulate that. You know what I mean? The fact that I had to do this work and to be considered a leader, you know, at this point, to be considered a light worker, to be someone who is ahead of the game, you know, when it comes to understanding what needs to be done. And it's not to say anything to boast, but I'm here to help. You know what I mean? I really love the conversations that I have with people. And sometimes and I'm not trying to be rude a lot of times, it's just that I have to take my distance because I could feel energy, bro. Like, it's something serious. And if you're someone who can feel people's energy, make sure you're using that superpower lightly. You know what I mean? Don't take on too many people's stress, and that also comes with its own centeredness. Like, you have to be able to be centered enough with yourself to be able to hear somebody's situation, to be able to provide feedback, but you don't allow it to stick with you, because someone else's energy could easily affect yours. It's almost like you have to have on a full body shield. Make sure that you're protecting yourself at this time. This shit is not a game right now. It is not a game. It is not a game. We must protect ourselves. So that's what a year has pretty much brought me, all of that shit that I just said. I traveled a lot. I really enjoyed myself. I drove across the country from New Jersey to Cali by myself, packed up my car, and I was like, if it don't fit, it's not fucking coming. I don't care. I'm out of here. And that was probably the most liberating thing I've ever done thus far in my life on this planet. And I would do it all over again. And now, in lieu of events, you know, the way things are going with this virus and the government shutdown and quarantine, you know, all of this shit, it's really sad, especially because I feel like I lived up to this nomadic lifestyle and now I'm being forced to stay home. And it's like, I just want to escape. Like, where can I go where I can move freely? And I think like every country is on what? For what, bro? Like, y'all are just acting fucking crazy now. My only advice to you is to get back to nature. Just get back to nature. Enjoy what it is that it's here for. And that's it. All right, so I hope everybody is staying safe and being smart. Definitely take walks outside. If you're in New York City, if you have a vehicle, drive to a local park or, you know, somewhere where you can walk on the streets and just feel the cool breeze on you. Because you see, I'm bundled the fuck up. I live in the woods and it's cold out here. But just go somewhere where you can appreciate the elements. You can actually see the sky. You know, being in a city, there's so many like tall buildings, and sometimes you can't even appreciate what it is that nature has to offer. So just be able to go into like an open space like that and just chill there, you know what I mean, and appreciate what it is that nature is trying to offer you. I live for the day when I can actually walk barefoot in the sand again. All right, bless up. Bye.